Business Brain, episode 686 for Wednesday, September 24th, National Punctuation Day, 2025. Greetings, folks, and welcome to Business Brain, the show where we take some ideas, we crunch them, we use them to analyze and perfect the ways we each live our charmed lives. Our sponsors for this episode include one long-term sponsor, Shopify.com/businessbrain, where you can go to sign up for your $1 per month trial period. Yep. And another URL, which is easier to click in our show notes than it is to say, but I'll say it anyway. Go.pakaapparel.com/brain. This is where you can go to grab your PAKA hoodie, just like the one I'm wearing, and your free pair of alpaca crew socks. This is the most comfortable hoodie. It's so thin and warm, breathable. It's made from alpaca. Yeah, it's pretty great.
I was so excited to get it. They sent us that, and they sent the socks, and the socks are like super cushiony and supportive. And I thought it was really cool too. You could scan the QR code on each individual hoodie, and it shows you where the animal was that it came from. Really cool.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's a really great. It's a great product and great business model. We'll talk more about it later in the episode.
I thought today was going to be National Dave Hamilton's birthday today because it's
it is. That is also correct.
Happy name day, Dave.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's good stuff, man.
It is.
Going out tonight, doing anything exciting?
You know, we just came back from 5 days in Virginia where we went to a bunch of concerts and stuff. Nice. And it was it was great. I don't recommend going to Hampton, Virginia, unless you're going to a concert. There's just not much to do there.
I see.
It's like the town that time is forgetting, Shannon.
But they have a big concert venue?
They have the Hampton Coliseum. It holds about 14,000 people. It's a cool... The venue looks cool both inside and out. Yeah, it's awesome. It like the outside. I mean, it's a Coliseum, right?
So do you sit? Oh yeah. So it's outside for most of the concert type thing.
No, it's a fully indoor venue
arena. I see.
Yeah. But I'll pull up a picture and I'll put a link in the show notes since we're talking about Hampton Coliseum. I'll share it. But it's round, which is the interesting part about it. And the outside has this cool look. The inside is round. The sound in there this weekend was fantastic. Logistics inside, they could use more bathrooms and water fountains, but it's an old venue, so that makes sense. Yeah. But like I said, the town of Hampton is not. It's the town that time is forgetting. Like there's a lot of closed storefronts.
I hate that.
Crime is on the increase. There were actually several people that lost their lives on Friday night.
Oh wow!
None of them had anything to do with the concert.
Thank goodness.
However, the one that happened close to the venue during the concert, they made sure in the news to say was this. Look what happened. Yeah. There were concerts and there was a death. But they didn't point out was that 2.5 miles away in downtown Hampton there was also other people that passed away.
It's less opportunity equals more problems, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's challenging.
But it was. I mean, we had a fun weekend. Don't take that the wrong way. I just didn't want people to think, oh, Dave enjoyed Hampton. I should go visit. If there's a concert, yes. Otherwise, find another place. Like there's other nice places to go. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Sounds
man.
a good time.
Yep. Hey, I wanted to ask you a question. The question is, how's it going with your new business? And the reason I ask this is because when anyone starts a business, but especially when you do it semi-publicly, right? Like you have with, and I'm curious what you even call this business. I'll call it your coaching business, but it's more and it's more than that, and it's not that, and it's all those things. But like when you were starting it, it was obvious you were putting in a ton of time. And really, it started with you building up your Twitter your X following,
posting
right?
On X, right?
And it was like, man, where is this going to go? Like, I questioned it publicly on the show. We talked about it. Like, is this worthwhile? And then there was it became a consulting thing, and we talked about the consultant trap.
Absolutely.
But so I just want to ask, I sort of know the answer, but how's it going?
It's going great. And it's evolved into something very different than I had anticipated, like many business ventures I've been involved into.
Yeah.
And The key part has just been persistence. It's been about a year and a half since I started really posting on X on a regular basis, and I didn't know where that was going to go, but I met some great people, which was really cool, and it helped me a lot, like just getting back engaged in with business peers instead of being isolated,
Yeah.
And, I was just coming
there's
off
value in that all by
huge.
itself.
Yeah,
Yes.
I learned a lot, and so what evolved is because people are like, once I started posting about reselling and auctions and stuff that I've done my whole life that I just took for granted, my account took off, and I think I've got 42,000 followers now on X.
You found your niche.
Yeah, I found a niche, and I kept talking about it, and people get involved. And so then I had people ask me, hey, would you coach me? And I was like, well, I don't know anything about being a coach, but yeah, sure, I'll coach. And I did it for free. So the first 3 or 4 people that asked me, I did it for free. I did like a 3-month thing. I talked to them and everything. And I was like, oh, I learned a lot. What I liked about it, what I didn't, what value I could add. Some people I was like, I'm not, that's not my expertise. But,
that's not my
this
thing.
Kind of thing.
Yeah,
so doing it for free at the beginning helped me a lot. And I met some great people, a couple of them that I'm still really close with. And then
doing it for free at first is a great way to mitigate imposter syndrome.
Yeah. And there was no pressure.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
I was like, hey, all I really wanted was a testimonial. I started collecting testimonials because I was like, well, I know I'm going to need these testimonials. So I said, hey, let me do this for you for free. I'll help you out. I'm totally interested in how it would work out and if you found value in it. And then I just said, if you found value, could you leave me a testimonial? I got a testimonial platform. So I didn't just have them write me an email.
Which platform did you use?
Senja, SENJA.io, I think is what it's .io.
All right,
Senja?
I'll find it. I'll put it in the show notes. Yeah.
Okay, put it in. Awesome, because they can do a video testimonial, which I felt was really powerful, versus just text.
Yeah.
And I gathered those testimonials, not knowing what I was going to do with them, but I was like, okay. And then people were like, hey, you need to start a newsletter. And I was like, all right, I guess so. So I started gathering. I created lead magnets.
Okay.
With stuff that I was giving away, like how to get your resale permit, how to find auction sources, how to get registered on the Costco liquidation site, just stuff that I had. And I was like, all right. Yeah. But I did it through ConvertKit, which is just kit.com.
Yeah.
And I started gathering emails. I was not sending a newsletter at that time, but probably for 4 or 5 months, maybe 6 months, I just gathered email addresses.
For things that you were giving away.
Yeah. They would just come in. It's like, hey, if this is value, it's in exchange for your email address. I'll give you this thing. Yeah. All kinds of stuff. My working agreement, I gave that away.
Sure.
Just little things that I thought were very valuable to me. So now I think I have like 5,500 people on that list, and I send out a newsletter once a week. So then the next problem I had was my DMs were just plastered with questions, like all day long. Like,
okay.
I would come in, wake up in the morning, and there'd be like 100 DMs, and I couldn't answer them all. I felt like a jerk. I was like, dude, I can't answer. What do I do? So I started subscriptions on X for $5. And the reason it was $5 is because that was the max you could charge at that time, $5.
$5 per day, per month. Okay, all right.
If somebody subscribed to I'm like, nobody's going to subscribe to my content. That's ridiculous. So but I was like, well, I'm just going to turn it on. I got an email or a message says, hey, you got a lot of stuff going on. You can turn on subscriptions now. And I said, all right. So,
all right. Well, I want to hold you there because this is fascinating. Like we're moving quickly and we're going to keep moving here.
Yes.
But like this whole thing, you did not, I know you always like to, one of your favorite things to say is, and it's a great thing, is figure out, to tell the story in reverse, figure out where you want to end up and then you find the path there. I don't think not this time. Right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that all of these things, like as you're telling the story, you're being pretty transparent that this was all just like, okay, I'll try that next. Okay, I'll try that next.
Yes, I'm still having the time of my life, dude. I had no idea that people would be interested in what I had in my brain. I had no idea.
That's the part I mean, talk about overcoming imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge thing right there is what you just said. I had
Just
no
the
idea
idea
that
of it,
people
yeah.
were interested in the stuff that was in my brain, despite the fact that we have people who listen to this show and all those
Yeah,
things.
right,
you know,
right.
but like it's different when you start
is.
removing the layers between you and those people, right? And that's where
And
That's
when
where-
you start to monetize, then it gets very different.
it's very different because now you're putting a value on
Yes,
it
yes.
and hoping that other people see that value and don't
Yeah.
complain to you about the lack of value.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to talk more about this for sure. We got to talk about the rest of the story because thus far, we have not answered the question of how it's going. We've talked
right.
about how it went,
Yes.
but we're still in the past here at this stopping point, where at least I stopped you in your story. So I want to continue your story. The next thing that I want to do is I want to talk about our sponsors, starting with what I'm wearing, my brand new PAKA hoodie and socks that they sent me. And wow, like, it's the perfect mix, right? Soft enough to curl up on the couch, but thin, fitted, and stylish enough to wear out to dinner. This feels like the cozy weekend hoodie that somehow got promoted to CEO. Here's the deal. PAKA makes performance apparel from alpaca fiber. Softer than cashmere, warmer than wool, and still totally breathable. It's lightweight, it doesn't stretch out or pill, and somehow keeps me warm when it's cold and like cool when it's hot. It's just sort of perfect. Thermoregulating, odor-resistant, durable. The thing is built for real life. Each hoodie is handcrafted in Peru, and the artisan actually stitches their name into the tag. Mine says it was handmade by Lily. I just looked down and checked. Over 100,000 people already have one. But what I love knowing is that it's sustainably made, supporting those communities in Peru. And right now, when you order a PAKA hoodie, you also get a free pair of alpaca crew socks. Next level cozy, folks. Lifetime guarantee, and quite possibly the only socks that could survive a wrestling match with Bigfoot. That remains to be seen. So, if you've been thinking about leveling up your hoodie game, this is your sign. And if you haven't, this is also your sign. Live your charmed life in comfort and sustainability with PAKA. To grab your PAKA hoodie and your free pair of alpaca crew socks, head to go.pakaapparel.com/brain and use our code BRAIN. That's go.pakaapparel.com/brain and enter code BRAIN. We'll have the link in the show notes on the website or in the email so you can get it there and click on it and go get your hoodie and your free pair of alpaca crew socks. And our thanks to PAKA for sponsoring this episode. And hey, have you ever noticed that magical purple Shop Pay button when you're shopping online? The one that lets you skip digging for your wallet and makes checkout painless? Well, that's our sponsor, Shopify. And it's not just about making buying easier. It's about making selling possible for millions of businesses, mine included. Shopify powers 10% of all U.S. e-commerce, from household names like Mattel to podcasters, like me, selling merch. With Shopify, you get hundreds of ready-to-use templates, so you don't need to know a line of code to make a beautiful online store. You can run inventory, payments, shipping, and analytics all from one place. And when it's time to grow, Shopify's built-in marketing and email tools, they will help you find and keep new customers. And that purple button we were talking about, well, it's why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. I mean, if that button were any more loved, it'd probably get its own fan convention. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/businessbrain. Go to shopify.com/businessbrain. Again, shopify.com/businessbrain. And our thanks to Shopify for sponsoring this episode. All right, let's finish.
Okay.
Let's finish the story. So you've got you started a subscription on X.
Turned on subscriptions
for the
$5
most
some
you
X.
could. Right,
Yeah,
$5 a month.
$5. Okay, $5.
$5.
And shocking, actually, people started to subscribe.
Well, it's not shocking to anyone except you. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, I got you. So I started thinking, okay, now I got to give them something for that $5, but I don't know what to give them. I don't know what to do. And I didn't want to go down the path of because when you do a post on X, you can make it for everybody or just your subscribers.
Okay.
And I didn't want to just be like, well, I do private posts for subscribers. I can't handle it too much.
I don't like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I decided to just create a DM group on X of subscribers.
Okay.
And I added those people to it. And I was like, hey, you're in this group. You can ask questions. You can do whatever. Da, da, da. And it started to work. People started
We
to
might
ask
call
questions.
this a mastermind group.
Maybe. Yeah. Mini.
Sure. A mini mastermind. Yeah. Okay.
And it was good. But it was not good when it got to like 100 people. And there was no historical data. When you joined, you only saw the new stuff. Yeah. And there was no way for me to parse out who was in, who was out. It was,
that's a disaster.
It was sketchy. Yeah. It didn't work. Yeah. I mean, it was valuable, but it was just kind of this flow of consciousness kind of thing. So I said, I need to start a community that I can move these people over to and give them better service, better value. Yeah. And so I did a bunch of research and I landed on Kajabi to build this community. And one of the buddies that I have in this peer group on X said, you should call it a mastermind. And I was like, really? Okay. I was like, all right. So I put it over there and I started talking about it. It took me almost 3 months to get everybody in that DM group to come register.
Oh, wow.
On the mastermind. Lots of friction. Right?
Yeah,
Like moving to another platform. So I kept giving away stuff even more valuable. Hey, I just posted 10 videos of my favorite Costco auctions over on the mastermind. Come get registered.
Yeah.
I just posted this PDF. I just gave away that. So finally got everybody over there. In the meantime, I kept talking about it. People kept joining. All of a sudden, we had like 500 people.
Sure.
Like, what the heck? This is crazy. So I'm talking about it. Everybody that I'm talking about it to is like, okay, you got to raise the price.
Yep.
You can't be $5. I was like, and I'm like, yeah, maybe you're right. Because how am I going to turn this into a business? Because now that it's actually some kind of thing. And I went to go look what if I charge 10? It's still a great value, I think. But luckily, and I say this important, I learned that in Kajabi, in my reseller mastermind, you can't change the offer for existing people.
Oh,
they've already opted in to pay $5 a month. You can't just go,
you can't just increase them to 10. Yeah.
And so I just said, you know what? I'm just going to leave it at $5. I'm just going to leave it. And it kept growing and growing and growing. I call it my $5 reseller mastermind. And I say, skip a cup of coffee once per month and come join and see if this is interesting to you. And let me preface this as I don't like selling. I am a reseller, but I do not like to sell, meaning I don't want to try to convince anyone to buy anything. I want to present opportunities.
Sure.
And if you think it's a good opportunity, buy it. And that's what I've tried to do with the mastermind.
Yep.
Right?
That makes sense.
And so along the way, I had people asking me, hey, can you coach me? Oh, okay. So I did some more coaching. And then they said, do you have a do-it-yourself thing, like a program? I don't like to call it a course because courses have bad reps.
Sure.
Reputations. Yeah. And so I'm like, yeah, I'll make a program about how I sold, $3.7 million worth of handbags on Poshmark. I created in Kajabi. So, because they do multiple stuff, not just communities. And I didn't sell it. I just put it in the community. I'm like, this is a paid upgrade if you're interested. And I created a section called paid upgrades. I just said, if you want to learn more and do this thing. And I did those things for Costco, for eBay, for Poshmark, for Facebook Marketplace, and a couple others. And people started to buy them. And I was like, wow, they really want to do it. And then I started I have a coach, just like I coach. I have somebody helping me because I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
Sure.
And I said, man, I'm spending a lot of time. I'm doing stuff. At that time, I was doing a 15-minute call. That was another big incentive. 15-minute call with every new member.
I'm guessing that was a big incentive for you to convince you that there was I'm projecting.
I think I know where you're going with this.
You're right. Where if I'm going to take your money, I want to make sure I'm offering you something
value.
Tangible, crazy
value.
It's the Scotty principle.
Yeah,
if you're not a Star Trek fan, the Scotty principle is the under promise, over deliver, undersell, over deliver.
Yeah.
But that can cost you big time.
Oh, it did cost me.
In fact, it cost you big time.
Yeah, literally. My calendar. So when it was growing a little bit, it's like, oh, I got this. This is cool. I'm doing like a call a day, whatever. Yeah. But then it was like 3 calls a day, 5 calls a day. It was crazy. And I was like,
Yeah.
man, whew, I couldn't do any deep work is what it
Right.
came down to. I love talking with these people, man. I'm so motivated. I'm so stoked about this because it really works and it changed my life and there's no secrets. And
Right.
You don't have to pay anymore. You just pay $5 and you can get connected. Well, today or by tomorrow, I think we'll be at 1,500 members in the mastermind.
All right. And I
it's
know
grown.
everybody here is going to be able to do napkin math and put 1,500 times 5. That's $7,500.
Yeah, which is great.
That's your baseline.
Yeah.
Right now, like to answer your question, to answer my question, how's it going? That's a great baseline, $7,500 a month. But we know that it's more than that because you've got paid upgrades available for people who are interested.
That's right. And we do. Well, I realized people wanted more. People just keep wanting more. And I was like, okay, I'm going to find a way to give more. I do tons of free stuff. I do a free group call now. I canceled 118 appointments, which really freaked me out.
Yeah.
But this makes me nervous just talking about it. I'm getting sweaty. But I sent every person a video explanation.
Sure.
I created
of course.
a video with me and I said,
Yes.
hey, I love you guys. I want to talk to you, but I can't. My hand's going to
Right.
explode. So I'm shifting this to group calls and I'll do it every 2 weeks. I may even get to do it every week, but so every 2 weeks I get on a call and there's 60 or 70 people and I'll stay in the call as long as possible, as long as you want. And I'll answer all your questions. That's what I do. I was like, let me answer any questions you have. And so that's worked out great. I've had a few of those calls. I only had a couple of people really upset about losing their call, but for the most part, I did a couple things for them and it was fine. And now I do paid workshops because I realized certain people want in-depth training on a specific topic. Okay.
Yes.
And, so I've done a couple of workshops where it's $100 and it's 90 minutes.
Okay.
Again, I'm trying to just overvalue or give you tons of value.
Yes.
And in that 90 minutes, we do an hour schedule. The first ones I've done was called first bid to first sale. Like how to buy your first liquidation pallet, whatever, all the way to making your first sale. I walk you through the whole steps. And I give you that $100 you can use to take off on any digital program I have. If you want to buy one.
All right.
So trying to just make it like, hey, and then after the hour, I answer questions for a half hour. And then so they get a transcript of the call and all this kind of stuff. And then I have some people in the mastermind that are like killing it, doing like, we have one guy that's doing $17,000 a month in sales,
Amazing.
Yeah, out of his garage. And I was like, hey, you want to do a collaboration and teach people with me? Yes. So we do collaboration workshops now. And you can just trying to give a roadmap to people. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to do this, but it's created a significant business now. And now it took me a year and a half to figure it out.
I was just going to say, you were, I don't want to say you were wandering aimlessly for a year and a half, but like you were not wandering with a goal in mind.
No intent. I didn't know what the system would be.
Right.
It took me a year and a half, maybe a year to start seeing some of the takeoff. But like on X, I have posted or replied 31,000 times.
Yes.
It's a grind. It's like every other business. If you're an HVAC person, if you're a podcaster, if you're an advertising rep, whatever, it's a grind. You have to put in the time. Yeah. There is no easy way. When I talk about the reselling business, this is a simple business, but it's very hard. Right. You'll never hear the word easy out of my lips because I've lived it.
You've lived it.
And yes, it's paid for my houses. It's put my kids through, private school and college and everything else. And we've built a great life, but I would never promise people that it's not going to be hard. It's hard.
It's hard. But it's simple.
Yeah, it's totally simple. You buy stuff at one price and sell at another. And I have my tagline for this business is, you buy with math and sell with emotion. And you can't do the opposite. If you do the opposite,
you're screwed.
The math doesn't work.
Oh, the math. Yeah, you got to start with the math. Yeah.
Emotion is you want to connect with people emotionally to buy this stuff from you. Yeah. Talk about your story, what you're doing, your great cause, all that kind of stuff. Things we've talked about that I've
over and over on the show.
Over and over on the show.
Yep.
But the math has to work. It's like, okay, if I can go to the Costco liquidation site and Costco sells this item for $500 and I can buy it for $200, can I sell it for am I going to sell it for $500? No. You're not Costco. But could you sell it for $300? Probably.
Great.
And that's how
that's
you
a
learn
nice
how.
margin right there.
Yeah, it's great. So I'm having the best time, man. I love talking about this stuff. I answer questions, I'm up there in the mastermind all the time. But what really fills me with a deep sense of satisfaction is I'm not there are other rock stars in the mastermind now.
Yes.
There are other people that are shining, that are helping other people, which I love. That's always
the best
people.
part.
I did it this way. Check this out. They're not waiting around for me to answer. I couldn't do it, right? I'd be in there all day.
Yeah.
But I dip in, I dip out. I do these workshops, free or paid. I'm up there all the time. If I have a few minutes, I'll do a live where you just go live and start talking to people that show up. Man, it's so fun. I'm having such a great time, and I feel super fortunate that once again, I was able to conjure something from nothing.
That's awesome.
And this time it was just my words.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what a sense of fulfillment that has given me and how powerful and confident it makes me feel.
That's amazing,
I've battled my whole life.
Congratulations.
Right? We all do. Thank you.
Yeah, like we all do. Yeah, no, it's
thrilled to be able to talk about it here, and I hope you get some value out of it. And if anybody has questions about a community or whatever, just please reach out. I'll be glad to offer any insight or tips I can.
Yeah, thank you for this. This is great because it's been great watching it, and there were times I was skeptical about like, where the heck is this going? Right? Yeah, but whatever. Like, I mean, I knew that you weren't going to fall flat on your face or anything. Like, I was confident of that. Yeah. But very cool.
I do believe this is really just the beginning.
Yeah,
there's so many levers now.
Yeah,
that you can do to continue to add value.
Yep.
Just be myself, be who I am, and have a great time doing it.
I love it. I love it.
Thanks for letting me talk about it.
Thank you for talking about it. This is great, folks. Feedback at businessbrain.show if you've got any questions for us or for Shannon. And make sure you subscribe to the show. Subscribe to the mailing list. It gets you all the links and everything that we talk about right in your email box. And keep on living that charmed life. We will see you on Friday.
See ya.